Have you ever noticed how people talk about age like it's a finish line? Society paints this picture that once someone, especially a woman, grows older, life somehow loses its spark, her worth begins to fade, or her strength starts to weaken. But here's the truth: those ideas are nothing but myth. In fact, psychology tells us a very different story, one that's both fascinating and empowering. Today, I want to share with you some powerful insights about older women that will not only surprise you, but also inspire you to look at life and aging with brand new eyes. Because the truth is, when you understand the psychology behind older women, you'll realize they embody a kind of power and wisdom that most people underestimate. And once you know these facts, you'll never look at age the same way again. Let me start with something that might shock you. Studies show that many older women are actually happier than they were when they were younger. Think about that for a second. We grow up assuming that youth equals joy, and that growing older means losing it. But psychology reveals the opposite. As women age, they stop worrying so much about external expectations. They no longer waste their energy trying to meet impossible standards or please everyone around them. They begin to prioritize what truly matters: peace of mind, self-respect, and genuine connections. That shift alone makes them emotionally stronger and often more content than they ever were in their 20s. That's fact number one. Older women are not weighed down by age. They are freed by it. Here's another thing people don't realize. Older women are masters of resilience. Think about all the storms they've weathered: personal struggles, family challenges, careers, heartbreaks, victories and losses. Every chapter of their lives has given them a kind of psychological armor. They don't just bounce back from difficulties, they grow through them. While younger people may crumble under pressure, older women have learned how to bend without breaking. They've faced life long enough to understand that pain is temporary, but strength lasts. And that resilience radiates from them, whether they realize it or not. Now let's talk about intuition. You've probably heard people say that women have a sixth sense. Well, for older women, that instinct is honed like a razor blade. Decades of reading situations, understanding people, and navigating both good and toxic relationships makes their intuition one of their greatest strengths. They can sense dishonesty quicker, they can see through manipulation almost instantly, and most importantly, they know how to trust that inner voice. Where many younger people ignore red flags, older women pay attention to them, and that makes them wiser decision makers in almost every area of life. Here's a psychological fact that many overlook: confidence in older women tends to rise, not fall. Society loves to market beauty as belonging only to the young, but psychology shows that confidence has nothing to do with age, and everything to do with self-acceptance. An older woman no longer has the time or patience to base her worth on superficial approval. She has lived enough life to know what makes her valuable, and that realization creates a glow of confidence that no wrinkle can ever hide. This confidence isn't loud or arrogant, it's steady, calm, and magnetic. Another surprising truth is that older women often experience what psychologists call emotional regulation superiority. In simpler words, they are better at handling their emotions. While younger people might spiral into stress, anger, or anxiety, older women tend to process emotions more effectively. They've learned not to sweat the small stuff, to let go of grudges faster, and to see challenges from a broader perspective. Imagine being able to feel life deeply without being ruled by every mood swing. That's the quiet power they carry. And let me share a fact that will really challenge stereotypes. Older women are more open to growth and change than many expect. People often assume that as someone gets older, they become set in their ways, but research shows that many older women actively seek out new skills, hobbies, and experiences. They travel, they learn, they explore, and they push themselves outside their comfort zones. Why? Because they finally have the freedom to pursue what they love, without the weight of others' expectations. Far from being stuck, they're often more adventurous than they were in their younger years. One of the most beautiful truths is this: older women have deeper, more meaningful relationships. They don't waste time on shallow connections or one-sided friendships. They understand the value of time, and they'd rather invest their energy in people who matter, people who bring joy and loyalty into their life. This selective approach leads to stronger bonds and circles filled with authenticity. And when you think about it, that's what we all crave: real love, real friendship, real connection. Now here's something you won't believe at first. Psychologists say that older women often feel a stronger sense of purpose compared to earlier stages in their lives. Whether it's mentoring younger generations, volunteering, starting new projects, or leading within their families, they often step into roles of guidance and meaning. Purpose is one of the greatest predictors of long-term happiness, and older women carry it with them naturally. They don't just exist, they live with intention, and that makes them unstoppable. Another fascinating insight is that older women often have healthier perspectives on beauty and body image. They've spent years fighting against unrealistic standards, and at some point they realize that real beauty is about health, kindness, and presence, not the number on a scale or a wrinkle on the face. This shift in perspective makes them more grounded, and it's something younger generations can learn a lot from. Lastly, let's talk about influence. Many older women underestimate just how inspiring they are. Their courage to keep moving forward, their resilience, their wisdom, these qualities make them role models even when they don't intend to be. Younger people often look up to them, even quietly, because deep down we all want to know how to live with that kind of strength and dignity. So when people talk about older women like they're somehow fading away, they couldn't be more wrong. Psychology shows us the opposite. They shine in ways that youth cannot. They're happier, stronger, wiser, more confident, more intuitive, and more fulfilled. Aging doesn't diminish them, it elevates them. And here's the message I want you to take with you. Don't let society trick you into fearing age. Don't believe the lie that your best days are behind you after a certain number. Instead, look at older women as proof that life only grows richer with time. Every wrinkle is a story, every scar is strength, every lesson is power. If you're a woman listening to this, and you've ever doubted your worth because of your age, remember this: you are not running out of time. You are gathering it. You are not losing beauty. You are gaining depth. You are not fading away. You are stepping into a power that only experience can create, and that makes you unstoppable. And if you're someone who underestimates older women, it's time to rethink everything, because they're not just survivors of life, they are masters of it. And that's a psychological fact worth remembering. So next time you hear someone say age is just a number, know this: it's more than a number. It's proof of wisdom, resilience, confidence, and unshakable strength. Older women are living evidence that the best is never behind you. It's always still ahead, waiting for you to step into it with courage. And that, my friends, is the truth you won't believe until you see it with your own eyes.